real emergency is not on the border, it's inside the border. An article came out just yesterday that said if the minimum wage increases had kept up with corporate increases for corporations leaders, the minimum wage would be $33 an hour. Our moral center and deep religious values require that we speak on this. There are 62 million people in this country today working for less than $15 an hour, while we have 400 families that make an average of $97,000 an hour. And we lock people up who want 15 in a union. And then when it comes to the South, the real emergency is not on the border, it's inside the border. And the real emergency is down here in the South, where extremists and a greedy oligarch continues to play poor white folk and poor black folk and poor brown people against one another. When the reality is in the 13 former Confederate states, from Texas to Maryland, there are 52 million poor and low-income people. 24 million of them are white. 28 million are people of color. There are 13 million poor, uninsured people in the former Confederate states, and yet we have more politicians from these states that block health care and block living wages. 1/3 of the total number of the poor people in America come from 13 states. 13 states. 1/3 of the total poor white people in this country come from 13 states. 47% of all Texans are poor and low income. 12 million people, 4 million children, 9 million people of color, 3.7 million white. In this state, while we are discussing ending a partial health care, 4.2 million are uninsured, the most in the country. And legislators and senators from this state who, when they got elected by voters in Texas, automatically got free health care, paid for by you, covering pre-existence, now want to vote and try to undermine the people having what they have. That's a form of moral sickness. When you get something only because the people elected you, and then you don't want the people that elected you to have the same thing that you have because you're more committed to the corporation than you are to the people.